Just finished a 10k run around St. Anne's Park. This is my happy place to run. I do about 90% of my running in Malahide Castle, but when I get the chance to come over to St. Anne's Park, check it out. I just love running over here. It's like my happy place, and I think that might be because a couple of years ago I did a 10-mile race in here, and I won a bronze medal in Leinster. We're part of a team. It was my club, myself and two other lads. We came third overall in the men's, must have been over 40 category. But yeah, it was a great day. Around 64 minutes for the 10 mile. I'd love to get back to doing that now. Nowhere near it. Anyway, the reason for this video is I have a secret recipe I'm injecting into my training this year. When I look back and reflected on my marathon performance in last year, I realised I was reading a couple of things. There's a couple of Substack people I follow and a couple of coaches I read up on. And one of the things somebody mentioned, and when I read it, it kind of hit home to me, is that the more volume you do at your race pace, the more likely you are to hit that race pace. And when I thought about it over the course of the year, last year, I didn't have a whole lot of hours running at the race pace that I wanted to, or sorry, a whole lot of kilometres ran at the race pace that I wanted to perform at when I went to Valencia. So this year, one of the things I'm doing is just every week I'm going to run at least a couple of kilometres at that race pace, and as the year goes by I'm going to build it up. So in the 10k that I just finished now, I just did, it was supposed to be just a 10k easy run, that's what I had in my programme, but I did twice I ran 1 kilometre at like 4:10 to 4:15 per kilometre. So that's kind of the 3-hour marathon pace. So yeah, I think I did 4k easy, then 1k at that let's say 4:15, another kilometre easy, another kilometre at 4:15, and then the remaining 3 kilometres just easy. And I'm going to do that throughout the year. Last week I did a park run. I just kind of took it easy for the first 3k, and then for the last two kilometres I took it up to 4:10 per kilometre. And then I did another run that week where I was actually in the long run on Sunday. I did a couple of kilometres at that 4:10 to 4:15. So that's going to be my marathon pace throughout the year. So that kind of between 4:10 and 4:15. And like I said, I'm going to try and accumulate a lot more miles over the course of the year. And each week, I mean, at the moment I'm only doing maybe 2 or 4 kilometres, but I'm a long way away from December when my marathon is. But each week I'm going to build it up until I can comfortably, just really easy, just knock off like 10 kilometres running at that 4:10 per kilometre every week, just to keep it easy. And I think that's going to be my secret recipe, on top of all the other stuff that I did last year and I'll be able to build on last year. But yeah, that's kind of the stuff that's going to bring me to the next level, I think, this year. Okay, so Sunday afternoon, I didn't come on since the last time when I was running in the park. I've had a bit of a head cold, kind of stroke, kind of, yeah, a little bit of flu, I think, for the last probably 3 or 4 days. Felt a bit crappy, but I ran the Dublin City Half Marathon this morning. Got my medal here to prove it. I had a good race. Like I said, it wasn't the greatest lead in because I had a head cold and just felt really manky for a few days. You can probably still hear it in my voice. Woke up a couple of days with just swollen glands and whatnot. Yeah, and Friday when I finished work about 2 o'clock on Friday. Just went home, went straight to bed. Was in bed for a couple of hours and then got up and watched a movie and went back to bed. Was hoping to do like a little shakeout run on Saturday, but just had no energy. And actually yesterday morning, which was Saturday, I was tempted. There was a couple of people in the club looking for numbers. I was tempted to just give my number away because I just thought I didn't want to run if I was sick. But I said, look, I'll sleep, and I lashed a load of vitamin C and fluids into myself. And then I just said I'd give it a go. So yeah, got the dart in with the lads, got the train in. I didn't feel great on the train, just like should have just stayed in bed. I felt really awful. And then I met one of the guys there. He said he was going to try and run 145. So I thought, you know what, I'll just run with you. I'll just run with him and take it nice and easy, just have no pressure on it. And that's what I did. I started out really easy. I think we started, the first kilometre too was like 5 or 5:05 per kilometre. There's a little bit of a climb at the start. It's actually a fantastic race. It was the first time, it was the first running of the Dublin City Marathon, half marathon. And yeah, it was fantastic. It was very well run. Beautiful day. I mean, this is the afternoon. I just finished it this morning, but absolutely fantastic day. But yeah, it went really well. So I started off easy with him. Ran a couple of kilometres. We were just under 5 minutes per kilometre, and then I found myself kind of settling in around about 5:40 per kilometre. That felt really comfortable, like really comfortable. And then I kind of picked it, I dropped it down to about 4:30. I ran a couple of that, and then I had wound in the 140 balloons, and then when I kind of caught up to them, I just thought I'd press on and just kind of move ahead of them. And like I said earlier, I wanted to just get a little bit of time at that 4:15, because that's like my little secret weapon this year. So I wanted to get a couple of kilometers where I was kind of around that 4:15ish. So I think I had the last 2 or 3 kilometers I was down around 4:24, and then the last one was a little bit quicker than that. So overall, a box well ticked. I think having ran the 30 days doing the 10k, I think was really good. I think my aerobic base is really high. I didn't think I'd run. I think my finish time was 1:38.29, somewhere in around that, just under, or just around 1:38.5. I didn't think that I would do that, to be honest with you. And when we set off in the race, when I was running easy at the start around that 5:05, 4:55 per kilometre, I was kind of feeling that was comfortable. But as I picked up the pace, it just felt really cool. It just felt really good. It felt like I could kind of press on a bit more than what I was doing. Actually, sun is a bit bad there. So yeah, overall really good. Like I said, that 10k a day, I think definitely has paid dividends today. You can probably hear from my voice, I'm still a little bit under the weather, but running 1:38.29 was yeah, look, it's not the best performance I've ever done by any stretch of the imagination. But today is Sunday, so tomorrow marks the start of me actually ramping up and getting my fitness back for this season. So I was always leading up to this race having not really done any workouts or anything like that. So from tomorrow, it all starts to kick off. My next race that I've signed up for is the Dublin 10k, and I want to go sub 40 in that. So I've got a lot of work to do, but it's going to be interesting doing it. I'm going to rejoin the gym again tomorrow, and yeah, I'll be vlogging my way up towards that Valencia Marathon, where I am going to run sub 3 hours this year at the age of 48. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Oh yeah, while I was on the course today, so just walking down to the start line, I met about 3 or 4 people come up to me and said that they knew me from the channel. It was really cool. I really like that, you know. And then during the race, a couple of people, when I was passing them or if somebody was passing me, a little tap on the shoulder to say that they love the channel, they watch all the videos. That's absolutely fantastic. And then when I finished the race, a couple of people came up to me when I was at the bag. I was picking up my bag. Actually, the guy who handed me my race finish bag, he said that he watched the video. So yeah, I think he said his name was Chris, if I'm remembering correctly. And then a few people when I was getting just, you know, in and out, just kind of getting out of the finisher's pen, there was a few people come up to me. So it's actually really cool. I really like that. So look, thank you for that. And if you ever see me out and about on a run, I happen to see sometimes I'm out on a training run, but yeah, I love when people do that. So look, so long as people are getting something from this channel, that's the reason why I make these videos. I'm hoping to just kind of educate people and inspire some people and whatnot. But anyway, I'm not going to go on too much further. My secret weapon has been revealed for the year. I've had a good run this morning, considering that I wasn't at full health. And from tomorrow, I'm going to start ramping up the fitness, and I'll let you know exactly what I'm doing and how I do it and how I stay injury free. I've been running for 20 years and haven't ever really been injured, bar one, and that was after falling over a dog. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Remember, run far, run fast foot. Most of all, run sensible.